Hello everybody, my name is T-MOTH, and welcome to this quick little Dead by Daylight update video. Kinda like a news type thing. Hello Cringe Alert Nation, I'm your host, Killer Teamstar. Yeah. Good meme. Oh, speaking of memes. Holy shit, it's Leafy! LOLXD. So, daily meme dosage. So I'm going to be talking about the new killer a little bit, because there's a new killer releasing tomorrow, and I want to just talk about my thoughts on the new killer. So they mentioned the perks last Thursday, and I guess I'll start by talking about those. So the first perk they mentioned is Fire Up, which is really cool. These are killer perks, by the way. They released one survivor perk, which I'll talk about later. But Fire Up, what it does is every time the survivor does a gen, you get a little bit faster. So kind of like a bloodlust thing, where, except it's permanent. Like, it's not just if you're in that one chase. So that's pretty cool and overpowered. I can see how that can be an issue when the new killer comes out tomorrow. And the second perk is called Remember Me. And it's an obsession perk, because we haven't got an obsession perk in a while, actually. So they're putting in a new obsession perk, which leads me to believe that's another licensed killer, because the only other killer who has obsession perks was Michael Myers, which is probably the most broken killer in the game. But besides that, Remember Me, every time you hit the obsession, it adds seconds to the survivors trying to open the exit gate, except for the obsession. So it might make the killer tunnel, but then again, so did Dying Light, and it's not much of an issue if you play strategically and prioritize the obsession's life. And the third perk for the killer is called Blood Warden, which, okay, this one's awesome. I'm really excited to see plays with this one. I might actually get back in the killer myself, just because of this one perk. So what it does is, the survivors go into the exit gates, and they usually just sit there teabagging, even if another survivor gets hooked. But what that does, this perk, is if a survivor gets hooked, then the entity comes up and blocks the exit gates, like as if you're a killer, and it doesn't let you pass by the escape line. So that's gonna happen for the whole exit gates, which also means that if the survivors went into the exit gates, because this is the opening of the exit gates, as well as the closing, so what happens to survivors in there, they get trapped. And I love it so much. And the killer can see the survivors' auras, and it lasts for 60 seconds. So, ooh, it's gonna be good. That's gonna be funny. And this killer can go through it as well this time. So they're gonna go in and wreck them. And that's gonna be really funny. So I guess I'll mention the survivor perk while we're at it, the one that they mentioned. I think it's called Pharmacist, and what it does is it's kind of like you open up a chest and you automatically get a med kit, and you also open, like, the first chest you open, you get a med kit, and every chest you open gets a lot faster. And I think it might guarantee a med kit each time. So it's if you don't want to throw on self-care, but you want to, for some reason, put on med kits. I don't know what really the purpose of this one is. It's not very good. But anyways, so I thought, since we have these perks, I better talk about the killer itself. So, they released a little teaser about a week ago, where it shows Pipe. Here, I'll just play it. Alright, so that was the teaser, and this, I think I got a good idea of who the killer is now. So we already know from, like, leaked game files and stuff that the killer's called the Sandman, and there's also a movie called The Sandman coming out. I think it's already out, and it's terrible, but that's besides the point. So, if you look at the Sandman, there's one thing that I think of. One thing only. The Tar Monster from Scooby-Doo. The new killer is the Tar Monster from Scooby-Doo. So, I'm guessing the scratches was because he's in the costume and it's got like the machinery, so he goes like a cat or something. And also, if you look at the Fire Up perk icon, you see a dude wearing a fedora. And this dude with the fedora looks like another guy without a hat. If you look carefully, you can see that he can look like who the Tar Monster really is. But he got foiled by those meddling kids, so... Anyways, jokes aside, in all seriousness, this teaser definitely implies that this new killer is the cheddar with the sweater, Freddy Krueger. And just to back up this, you can see in the polyester video, JK, props to Polly though. So, they just released a new teaser today for the new killer, showing the killer in all his glory. It's actually Freddy Krueger, and I'm so excited for this killer. They didn't straight up say it was Freddy Krueger, but look at him. He's a cheddar with the sweater and the claw glove, and I really think it's Freddy Krueger.
Pretty straightforward.
Johnny Luger.
Oh well, ripperonis.